Yes, that's going to be the intro. That's it, okay? And the sound effects, yeah. I didn't want to make those either, so I just made them with my mouth. Okay, it's late. I'm going to just start the review. I'm sorry. I just got back from watching The Amazing Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man reboot, directed by Mark Webb, starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. Now, let me say this. A lot of people say this reboot was too soon. The only reason this reboot is too soon is because you haven't healed from the emotional scars that Spider-Man 3 left you with. So brainwash me with a reboot, I'm fine with it, I welcome it. Now, replacing Tobey Maguire, we got Andrew Garfield. And at first, I wasn't quite sure what to think about him as Spider-Man or Peter Parker. But as you watch the movie, you definitely see that this reboot has a different version of Peter than we're used to. You know, he's not such a nerd, he's more of an outcast. You know, he's believable as a normal, everyday high school kid compared to Tobey Maguire, who played that really nerdy, stereotypical geek who had awkward social skills. And you're just like, okay, that guy doesn't deserve the girl, he's too fucking weird. Yeah, go take a picture, Peter. Okay, you go do that. But Andrew Garfield's version of Peter Parker, you're like, okay, you know, that guy's kind of, you know, a little dark and sad. I mean, his parents did die. I mean, Jesus. You got to give him a little bit of, you know, a little bit of, what am I looking for? What's the word? Slack? We'll call it slack. And Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Well, you know what? I love Emma Stone, and I love her even more with her blonde hair. Now, Sally Field got old, okay? And the villain of the movie is Rhys Ifans. I think, it's probably not how you say it, but we'll just continue on anyway. Now, over the last previous version of Spider-Man, we got these hints that, you know, the Lizard was coming, and he never did. Instead, we got Topher Grace playing Venom. Jesus, let's just keep talking about this movie. Now, a lot of people originally didn't like the way the Lizard looked. Well, you know what? I think if the Lizard would have had a snout like he did in the comics, it would have been really hard to express emotion with, you know, a big snout coming out of his mouth. So they kept the face flat, and then, but hey, here's the plus. They did give him a lab coat in the movie at one point. So, you know, there's a little throwback to the comic books there. The fucking dance scene in Spider-Man 3. Does anyone remember when Tobey Maguire put the eyeliner on and he danced in that little room and he slid across on a chair? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? So anyway, the first half of this movie is all character build-up. You know, you get a real good sense of who everyone is. You get some backstory on Peter Parker's parents. And there's kind of like an underlying mystery kind of thing going on. You're not quite sure what Peter's dad was into. Throughout the movie, you get a better sense of what was going on. But by the way, definitely wait till the end credits of the movie. I'm just saying, wait till the end credits, okay? Alright. When watching this reboot, there's a few things I was looking for, and I was hoping that they would show how Peter Parker makes his damn suits. You know, in the last version we got, you know, he simply draws a sketch, the next thing you know, he's Spider-Man. In this version, you know, you kind of have a little build-up. You know, the first night he goes out, he's not quite Spider-Man yet. And then eventually it shows kind of like a montage of him, you know, sewing something, and then he's ordering supplies. So there's a sense that he created something. Oh, and another thing this movie has is the web shooters. Now, to me, I welcome that. I don't like the natural ability to be able to shoot the webs out. You know, I like that he has to create a device that has web shooters. And, you know, and another thing is, it kind of makes a little more suspense happen as when he's flying through the city, because there's so many things they can do. They can, you know, maybe the web shooters run out. Maybe this happens, that happens. Also in the movie, you know, maybe they get damaged so he can't use them. So the web shooters in this movie were pretty cool. And every time he shot one, like a little bit of smoke or something would, you know, go out of it. Now, one of the things this movie really had going for it is they finally got the tone of Peter Parker right. You know, in the comics, when Spider-Man's out on the prowl, that doesn't sound very good. But when he's out fighting crime, he is a smart, wise-ass, cracking teenager. You know, he makes quippy little one-liners. And you kind of got a sense of that from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, you know, a few times here and there. But in this movie, they definitely let go, and you get, you know, tons of them. And you get that sense that he really is a smart-ass. You know, he just keeps going on and on with, you know, criminals who are kind of being stupid, and he states the obvious. It's funny, it's comedic. And the 3D in this movie, well, at times it was really good, and at times you didn't even notice it was there. I mean, there was always a sense of depth, but maybe my brain's just getting numb to 3D or something. I don't know, but even in a movie like Spider-Man where the 3D is, I mean, it's there, and they really shot a lot of scenes where the 3D should come at you, and you know, you get that first-person view of Spider-Man going through the city. They shot it to be a good 3D movie, but the 3D just, I don't know, it really didn't pop that much to me. Okay, so now a few complaints with the movie. Towards the end of the movie, they kind of started echoing the same information that you already knew. At one point, you're like, okay, all the cards are on the table. We're not really getting anything new, but they were just repeating what we already know. And it kind of gets a little mumbled in there. It seemed like they almost could have cut out 3 minutes or 4 minutes of just useless shit that they had on the screen. Also, there was one scene that really stood out to me as, like, that was pretty fucking stupid. It's when Peter Parker, you know, he has, like, his super strong abilities now, and he's sitting there at the high school bleachers, and he catches a football, then he throws it at the field goal in front of everyone, and it bends the field goal post. It's like, did anyone else fucking see that? What? That is not normal. You guys think that's Spider-Man? No, you're stupid, man. Well, who the fuck's gonna fix the field goal, man? That was kind of, you know, those are expensive. So anyway, guys, based on everything, the movie is definitely entertaining. And personally, this is the kind of movie and kind of version of Spider-Man I was looking for. Could they have done more here or there? Yeah, there was a few little tiny letdowns throughout the movie. But based on everything, I'm gonna have to give The Amazing Spider-Man a solid B. And it's definitely worth watching. It's entertaining, and it's Spider-Man. So I'm definitely curious to see where they go in the future with it. And this movie is definitely one big setup to a sequel. So anyway, before I let you go, if you guys haven't already, click subscribe, and also check out my Facebook page, which there's a link down below. That's where I post random weird stuff, and I ask you guys questions every once in a while. But right now I do have a question for you. Who is your favorite Spider-Man villain, and if you could pick any actor to play that villain, who would you pick? I'm going to say Venom is my favorite, because there was just something about him. He was a badass, and he seemed like he could match Spider-Man, and I'm going to pick Ryan Gosling to play Venom. Think about it, okay? After Drive, I think he could pull it off. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.
Justice has been served.
I'm not gonna pay for that.